Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We're about to meet with Athena. Things got a little crazy. We got to see Edgeworth, which was awesome. I actually really wanted to record some more episodes last week, but the day kind of got away from me, so that's fine. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago, but I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly, too! I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant. Last step, but that's fine. And because you're my friend and I was worried about you. Thanks, boss. Not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself, she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's alright, but there's some other things I'd like to ask you. Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. Alright. Alright, tell me about the day of the crime, I guess. Even though it's impossible for it to be her, because 7 years ago she was what? 11? So they seriously think she's the mastermind from 7 years ago when she was 11. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago, but when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage, to face your past like that. I broke a lamp once. An urn. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs, and they weren't letting anybody in. Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there. But I snuck in anyway. Did you want to see that Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it? I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket. That jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes? Okay. Photo of the people involved with the launch. And the jacket worn by Dr. Sykes. But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. She was there. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow, but I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave? How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough. Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Alright, yeah, let's start with that, I guess. What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing? Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice, and my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots that can understand people! I was just a convenient subject for her to research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff. No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones. That's right. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. I wonder if it was less about not driving Athena nuts and like getting her to like focus and hone her skills. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. Yeah, there we go. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand. Okay, well, let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research. I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me with are widget and this earring. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's beautiful! It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Oh no, that wouldn't have come back yet. Never mind. It only came back a few days. Oh, I thought I was onto something. Alright. Okay. That would have been... That'd have been huge. Maybe she did love me in her own way. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. An earring that Dr. Sykes gave Athena. The stone was cut from a real moon rock that was being used for research. Now it's evidence. There's got to be something to that. I'd better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Oh, okay. Paper in the robotics lab. Hold on. What was that? Explains the recognition and communication features of the Ponko. Yeah, that. Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab. You seem to really love Ponko and Klonko. Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know. Poor Ponko. Got like a little bandage on his head. Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo too. See Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. Oh, never mind. I thought, what's it, Aura. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. Thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was. It looks like she signed it too. Like, I see the picture. Looks like there's something written on the bandages. Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko." Yeah. But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Ah, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. Tell me about 7 years ago. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center? Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages? I guess I'd better spare the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago. What? You're kidding me. So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might... Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Yes, he used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow. Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Oh, now I'm confused. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her! His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her! I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about? She heard the voice of his heart. You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony. Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time. But nothing I said did any good. I was shaking, and there was a shaking, scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. Okay. Oh, why? Oop, nope. Oh, we're gonna go through all that. Yep, got it. Anyway, how's your day? I'm having a good day, probably. It's the start of the day, so we haven't had a chance for things to go too wrong yet. Alright. As I was saying, why did you become a lawyer? Question of the day, why did you become a lawyer? I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. It doesn't seem like Athena knows. The Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Themis Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say? No, I can't tell her. I'm not gonna lie to Athena. He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was. I wonder if he smiled like he used to. Back then. If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Ah, I thought you might be here. Mr. Lawyer, we're in trouble. Oh, crap. We are? What is it? I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Uh-huh. Oh no, but this is an emergency. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone. It's from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. Poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare hurt her. There must be something I can do. Ugh, the cruelest injustice is about to befall us. Now this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us. Wait a minute. Maya? I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. We're gonna use that. Oh my god, we're gonna use that one. Seriously? That must have really been something, although weird is par for the course with you. That's true. Nobody's using that one. Courtroom. Blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her? Hold it. There we go. Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. So you know who I am, do you? Wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4. The one blown up by the bomber. Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick. I don't know that I'd say wonderful. It's an idea. I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial at an astonishing location. I mean, everything about this is fake anyway, so I guess it's only befitting I'll go get the place ready right away. Maybe sweep up some of that rubble. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? Is that Simon you'll be defending? What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. What? You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena? Of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? What? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? I feel like you'd remember that. No. No! What? Wait, what? What? Those looks like some brutal psych-locks. Oh, no way. It can't be true. Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see 5 black psych-locks. I don't know what that means. I've seen these kinds of locks before. Have we? I mean, I'm sure we have, but... Dark black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. I don't remember these. I'm assuming it was the last case of the 3rd game. I know you're shocked that I don't remember, but I don't remember. And there's no way to remove them. I vaguely remember psych locks that we didn't remove. I don't remember it being a matter of we couldn't, just we didn't. Yeah, sure, let's save the game. Alright, this is fine. This is all fine. We have no evidence, no real idea what happened. So, no change, really. I did a little research. Alright, one of us might as well have. I looked into those special psych locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Oh, that. Not the case. Got it. You did? That's great. I really appreciate it. A red psych lock protects a secret a person is consciously trying to hide. If the person folds under questioning, the lock breaks and the truth comes out. Okay. Yup, that's exactly how I got the truth out of Detective Fulbright and Director Cosmos. But a black psych lock protects a secret from the deepest place in a person's heart. Do I need to steal her heart? A secret that the person isn't even consciously aware of. Oh. So even they don't know it's there. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself. Okay, so all I have to do is break the psych locks. According to my research, a black psych lock is like a heavy chain wrapped directly around one's heart. If they are ripped off by force, it could cause permanent damage to a person's soul. In other words, if I'm not careful, I could traumatize Athena for good. Pearls, could you stay by Athena's side? She must be suffering under the weight of such a heavy burden. Alright, but will you be alright by yourself, Mr. Nick? I'm up against Edgeworth. I have to be able to give this trial all of my focus and strength. And you can't do that if I'm there. I'll just hold you back. What? No, that's not it. I just meant I can't relax and concentrate if I knew you were... I can relax and concentrate if I knew you were with Athena. You're the only one who can do it, Pearls. Alright. I'll do it then. Good luck, Mr. Nick. Good. Now that my mind is at ease, I'd better get ready. I'll just tidy up the evidence and take out what I don't need. It's time to end this nightmare that started 7 years ago. Wait, what? Excuse me. District Court, courtroom number 4. What's left of it? Defense, prosecution, and judge. There are even people in the gallery. Really? Who would sit in there? The roof has been completely blown off and the walls have collapsed. I would not be anywhere near that, because who knows when the rest... But today, this ruin is my battleground. Why is a robot on the stand? Court, or some facsimile thereof, is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes, although this isn't real, and this isn't a real courtroom. Not a facsimile, old man. This is a proper official trial. No. Take this more seriously, or you'll start hearing the bones of the hostages snap. Please try not to upset Miss Blackwell. I'm begging you. The court is now in session for the very serious and very proper trial of Athena Sykes.
This is no trial. It's nothing more than a ridiculous farce.
What did you say? Edgeworth, did you not hear what I just said to his honor?
No, but this ridiculous farce has a very important meaning for our legal system. You recall the case of the UR1 incident in which a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. That case ushered in the odious dark age of the law.
I see what you're after. If we can find the real truth behind that case today.
Precisely, the darkness will be dispelled and glory shall be restored to the court system.
I haven't had a chance to weigh in on it yet, but there's a lot of good thought in the comments about when the dark age of the law actually started. I believe it was the previous video that I read through. That was really interesting, like some really good thoughts laid out. I recommend if you haven't seen it, go back and read those. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you sound as if you know something of this truth.
I do indeed. A new suspect has emerged in the UR1 case. For 7 years, Simon Blackwell has refused to speak in order to cover for someone else.
Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes.
Sorry, Wright, but the situation is what it is, and I must. The prosecution moves to indict Athena Sykes on the count of murder in the first degree.
Well, we're not any worse off than we were a second ago.
Regardless the circumstance, I intend to question the defendant with all I have. For that is a part of my creed.
Then you'd better bring it.
If the two of you are ready. Court is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes.
Your Honor, the defense was born ready.
The prosecution is also ready.
God, I love these cutscenes. All right, turn that back down before it blows out everyone's eardrums. Hopefully that didn't get too loud. I saw towards the end, I'm like, ooh, that was a little louder than I meant for it to be. This immense tension between us. It's like we're picking up right where we left off.
It's my duty to clear Prosecutor Blackwell of false accusations and end this insanity.
But I have no intention of losing Miss Sykes either. She's a very promising young lawyer. I know without a doubt that Athena is innocent. But I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell did it either. So who is it? I really don't get it. It has to be someone that we've met. Could be Clay. I mean, the most obvious suspect, right? so, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. Spy. The true culprit is a spy. It's going to be hard to convince anyone of that when I barely believe it myself. But I don't have any choice if I want to save Athena and Blackwell and expose the spy. Now then, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Can I get a fancy title too?
No need for the Chief Prosecutor bit, Your Honor. I'm here as a simple prosecutor.
Very well, your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I've been known of late to give an impressive opening statement myself, just saying I'm available.
In all the trials I've ever seen, only the prosecution gives an opening statement.
Of course, you're right. I was just joking, having a little fun. I didn't enjoy it or anything. So he wasn't doing them just out of fear? Interesting. Well, he got to be center stage for like a minute beyond giving the verdict.
Let's start with a brief overview of the UR1 incident. The incident occurred at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago on October 7th. The victim, psychologist Meta Sykes, was killed in the robotics lab on the 4th floor.
Athena's mother.
Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor at the time, was found guilty of the crime. There were two deciding factors that led to his guilty verdict. Mostly that he confessed, but also that he confessed. One, Blackwell was the only person in the corridor up to the lab at the time of the murder. And two, this photo, which captured the moment of the crime, also his confession.
Very incriminating evidence indeed. It would appear the only conclusion is that Prosecutor Blackwell did indeed. Are you kidding me? I'm not accepting any conclusion of that kind. This opening statement is over. Now hurry up and call the witness. We'll go ahead and call that witness in the next episode. I don't know who it is, so we'll say that for the next one. I hope you're looking forward to this. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.